So guys, before going to understand the arrays, first of all understand the needs. If you come to the program, I want to store a roll number. So integer roll number, okay? Roll number for single students, okay? Roll number 1. I want to store one more roll number. I want to store one more roll number. So I want to process for 100 different roll numbers. So 100 means I need to create 100 different variables of type integer. 100 different variables of type integer. Okay, if I don't use array, so 4 5, so like this I need to create 100 different variables to store roll number. Suppose I want to hold the grades, so character grade. So if you look at the example, character grade A comma grade B, then grade C, then grade D, or you can call fail, and I can let me have one more grade pass. So look at here. If you look at the example, in this example, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to create a variables. I'm trying to create a variables to store the values, to hold the data. I created some roll numbers. And I created some variable whose names are grades. Okay. So if you observe their values, so the number of variables, that means number of values are available. So here I created 1 2 3 4 5 6 variables of type character, and here I'm trying to hold the grades A B C D E, A B C D, P and fail. Suppose there are 100 different roll numbers. So roll number 1, then roll number 2, then roll number 3, then roll number 4, then let me go for new lines, otherwise integer, and here let me go for semicolon, roll number 5, like this. If like this, I need to go for 100 different variables and 100 different roll numbers, okay? And I can process the logic. So I need to process the logic to work with the 100 different roll numbers, 100 different student names, and all the stuff. So is it really convenient? Is it really useful, or it is really necessary to create 100 different variables to store 100 different roll numbers? Is it necessary to create 100 different grade variables of type characters to store the grade values? If you observe in this program, so here I created 100 different variables to store the roll numbers. So here 100 different variables to store 100 roll numbers, 100 different roll numbers. So really, is it convenient? Really, it is a good approach? Do you think it's a good approach, guys? Do you think it's a good approach? To create 100 different variables to store 100 values? What if you have 1000 variables? What if you have 10,000 values? So to store 10,000 values, will you create that? Yeah, very good. To create 10,000 to store 10,000 values, you need to create 10,000 variables. So definitely to store the same types of data. Look at here, 1 2 3, all of type integer. If you look at here A, if you look at here B, all these grades A B C are of type characters only. So definitely what happens, your code length will increase and variable counts increase, as well as the programmer gets confused. Are you getting, guys? So these are the problems. So these are the issues, or these are the limitations, or these are the problems, or you can call disadvantages if you work with the normal variables. So how to solve this issue? So here in the middle, I'm trying to write the business logic. About my academic purpose software. So here is my business logic. So some logics are written here. Suppose if you look at the example, some dummy I mentioned here. Nothing, simply dot. Okay. So how can I tackle all this stuff? So to overcome this issue, we can use arrays. So I hope now you understood the need of an array. So instead of creating 100 different variables to store 100 different values, or 1000 different variables of 1000 different values of same type of data, So we can use array. We can use array. So what array can do? What array can do? Array can use a single variable name. We can use array. So the solution is for the solution, use array. Use array in C language. So what is an array, guys? How can I use the array? So array is actually a common variable name, a single variable name, who holds n number of items, n number of values of same type of data. So in this case, I can create a variable. Suppose take an example. Suppose I want to create an array. So the solution in the form of solution, let me create a solution here. So I will create an array. So now look, just do observe here. 1, here 2, here is 3, here is 4, here is 5, and like this I have created 100 different values for 100 different variables. So what these are? What type of data these are? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up to 100. What type of data these are, guys? Please respond. It's a type of integer. It's a type of integer type of data, right? Integer type of data. Okay. So the solution is, what I'll do, I'll create a variable of integer type whose name is roll numbers. Roll numbers, and I will hold into a single variable. So how can I able to hold? So here I can go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is it possible to store? No. In this way, it is not able to store. So we can use arrays. We can use here array. So let us see now how can you create the array. How can you create the array? Before going to create the array, let us understand what is array. The solution is we can use array, but first of all understand what is an array. So array is a collection of data items. Array is a collection of data items, and all data items must be of same data type. Means I want to create an array to store the grades. So grades must be of single digit characters only. All grades must be of character types only. And that created items, that created array or array variable names, you can access using a common name, and that common name is called as array name or array variable name. Array variable name, guys. So how there are some other names to create array variable. There are other names for the variable names of type array. Suppose I want to create a one-dimensional array. You can call as a list. You want to create a two-dimensional array. It will look like a tables in the form of rows and columns. So guys, there might be a question in your mind, sir, what is the size of an array, or how many elements we can store, or how many data items we can store into the array? If you create an array of a type of integer, how many numbers I can store into that array? So guys, there is no limit. If you create your array in your own way. Okay. If you customize your code, and there is no limit to store, or there is no limitations, we can call customized array for that case. If you are trying to create some text-based array, you can call as a vectors, some other names. So two-dimensional array will look like a matrices, or you can call as a tables. Okay. So that size of an array, it is also called as dimensions. Okay. So guys, now we have learned about array. Keep in mind, what is an array? Array is a common name given to store a similar types of data items. म्हणजे असं म्हणता येईल त्याला आपल्याला की बाबा अरे हा एक असा एक व्हेरिएबल आहे की ज्याच्यामध्ये आपण सारख्या प्रकारचा डेटा स्टोअर करू शकतो. Okay, a single variable who can store similar types of values. That may be all are integer, that may be all are character, that may be all are floats, that may be all are doubles, that may be all are binaries, ones and zeros, that may be all are hexadecimals, okay, or all are of type strings. So guys, one thing is keep your mind. Now, after learning this, after understanding what is an array, now let us see how to create the array. Before going to create the array, we need to declare the array. The way you declare the variables, suppose now if you look at the example, how can I declare the variables? So here I am declaring variable of type integer whose name is roll number. Now what happens internally? This roll number, when you declare when this line gets executed, internally what happens? The memory location will be created, and that memory location has pointed the address, has pointed the unique number. Suppose this number I'm using. This is the number, a hexadecimal number, guys. A hexadecimal number. Now this 4 bytes of memory has been created. So 4 bytes of memory. So 4 bytes of memory has been allocated for this roll number, and this roll number point to this memory location. Okay, and this memory location, this is the address. This is the address for this memory location, and this address holds this. This address points to this memory location. This is the memory locations. Okay, so whenever you initialize the value like this roll number, I want to initialize to 34. So this 34 value will be placed into the memory location of 45678, whose address into this memory location, guys. So this is the scenario. Now I want to create an array. I want to declare an array. So how do I able to declare the array? Just now I learned about how to declare a variable. So this line indicates declarations and this line indicates initializations. So first of all, let us understand how to declare the array. So to declare array, we need to take the help of square brackets. So array variables declared like any other variables with their data types. You need to mention the data types except variable names followed by square bracket. You have to use the square bracket. I will let you know what is the purpose of these square brackets, because the purpose of this square bracket is to mention the size, is to mention the dimension of the array. Or you can call the number of items to be stored into that single variable name. Okay, so this is the syntax. Let us see the syntax. So you can see a data type and array variable name, guys. And here you can use square bracket. Here you need to use square bracket, and meanwhile you need to mention size. This is the syntax. So let us see how to declare the array. So I want to declare the array, guys. So declaring array. So I want to declare array, guys. See example. So int roll numbers. So how many roll numbers I want to store? I want to store 100 different student roll numbers. I want to store 100 different student roll numbers. I want to store percentage. I want to store 100 different percentage or 50 different percentage. Okay, so array declarations. So these are the examples. So instead of integer, let me use here float, because in fractional part I want to store grades. So how many grades, boss? I want to store 8 types of grades. Guys. So this is the examples of array declarations. These are the examples of array declaration, guys. So this is one-dimensional array. So how to create a two-dimensional array, guys? So to create a two-dimensional array, so you need to remember rows and columns into the form of rows. So guys, I want to create a matrix. So int matrix. So here number of rows. So guys, I want to use 4 by 4 matrix. So this is 4 by 4. So this first indicates number of rows. First square bracket indicates number of rows, and each row contains number of columns. Okay, each row indicates number of column, guys. Okay, so can I able to pass this 4 by 4 into the array in a constants? Yes, it is possible. So another way of creating two-dimensional array. So how? But we need to use constant. So constant int so row. How many rows? 5 rows. Okay, now let me create one more 5 columns. So here is 5 columns. Now I can able to pass int matrix. So this time I don't want to create int type matrix. I want to create float type matrix or matrix. So here I can pass row, and here I can pass cols. So this row contains 5 will be replaced by this size, and this columns of contains 5 will be replaced by these cols. Means 5 by 5 means 25. Actual size is 25. So it's 5 by 5 matrix. 5 by 5 matrix. Okay, fine. Are you clear up to here, guys? How to create the array? Sorry, how to declare the array? So grades of type character array. Okay, grade of type character array, grades. So here let me use, so here percentage variable of type float array. So here is roll number of type integer array. So in this way you can able to declare. So internally what happens, let me explain the syntax. Internally what happens, guys, when this lines gets executed, int hold on, I don't want to go for 100, so initially let me go for 5, because so here is 5. So internally what happens, memory location will be created for this roll numbers. So I'm trying to create these memory locations here. So guys, this is memory locations of type size 5. 1 2 3 4. Okay guys, 1 2 3 4 5. Fine. So let me remove this unnecessary part. So delete, and let me put here line. Let me keep here one line. So this roll number will point in. Initially what happens, this line get executed as array declarations, integer of type roll numbers. Integer stores in a 64-bit compiler of type integer requires 4 bytes of memory. So initially what happens, this array size of, what is array size of roll number? 5. So this 5 memory location will be created, and each has allocated some memory address. So look at here example. So let me add some addresses. So initial address, guys. So suppose take example, I am using here 1,000. Let me use here small thousands. So next location for 1004, next location 1008, next location points to 1012, because each integer requires 4 bytes of memory in a 64-bit compiler. Next location is 1016. Okay, so this integer roll number points to this roll number points to memory location of this. Okay, whose address. So how can I able to get these numbers? How can I able to, now initially this memory location gets created in this way. So if you observe here, this is the empty memory locations. So this is called as memory locations. So whose addresses are 1000, 1004, 1008, 1012, 1016. So this is the base address. So starting element address is nothing but a base address. So base address of an array roll number is 1000. Is a 1000, guys. So and next element address will be incremented by its data type. So integer required 4 bytes of memory. So 1000, 1004, 1008, 1012, 1016. Okay, fine, guys. So first element address is also called as base address. Keep in mind. So first item address is also called as base address of an array. So base address of array variable. Okay, guys, fine. So just keep in mind, one thing is keep in mind. So each element has specific index. So these elements you can access by using its variable number. So here I can use roll number. How can I use the index? How can I use that? How can I use it? How can I access those elements? You can use the indexes. Guys. So roll number of 0. So how can I access the next elements? Roll number of 1. How can I access the next element, guys? Roll number of 2. Next, how can I access the next element? Roll number of 3. 3. And the last element index must be size minus 1, that is roll number of 4. So roll number is of array whose size is 5. whose base address maybe, now this address is not initialization is not in hand, but increment I can tell, because this memory allocations and their address is not in my hand. It has been taken by the compiler at runtime. Okay, but I can access the element by using the address of roll number of 0, roll number of 1, roll number of 2. What is 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4? These are indexes. These are indexes, guys. So let me point here. These all are indexes. These all are indexes. These all are indexes, and these all are addresses. Okay, we can call. So let me use here address. Let me give the node point here. These all are address. Or let me point here. This is base address. This is the base address. So where is my paint? So I can use here. So this is the base address. I am explaining this about internal memory structure. Okay. So 1000 is the base address for the array of type integer whose variable name is roll number. Whose variable name is roll number. So this is memory location. This is the memory location, guys. So the base address, or you can call the starting address. First item address or starting item address is also called as base address, and the base address of roll number is, in this case, I am pointed to the 1000. I am pointing to the thousands. Okay, guys. So this is a simple example. Now just I declare the array. Just I declare the array declarations and their memory locations. So let me go for next point. Keep in mind, guys. So while declaring array, you need to mention the size at any cost. You need to mention the size. Providing size at the time of declaration is compulsory. Is compulsory, guys. So dimension are used when declaring array, and it must be positive integral number, or you can use the constants. You can use the constant, guys. Here I made the constants for rows and columns. For rows and columns in a simple way, you can use for single dimensional array, guys. So here constant integer. So here I'm mentioning the size of type 5. Okay, I'm trying to create integer roll rn. So here I can pass size. Here I can pass size. This is the example for constants with size. Okay, guys, fine. Let's go for up to here. Clear, guys, how to declare the array and their memory locations and the address? Please respond. All of you, please respond, guys. Are you clear how to declare the array? Okay. In this example, initially we have learned about integer roll number. This is normal variable. This is the normal variable, and then we initialize the variable. So now we have declared the array. Okay. Here also we declare the normal variable. Here also we declare the array variables. Okay. And next, now we'll learn about initializing the array. Initializing the array. So guys, how can you initialize the array? What is the meaning of initializing the array? So assigning the values to the array, or assigning or putting the data items to the array is nothing but initializations. Guys. So if you look at the example, I have assigned the value to this variable, not the normal variable. Initially I created the variable roll number. Okay, roll number has created. There is memory space is allocated into the memory locations, and their address has been pointed by the roll number, but there is no value. When this roll number initialized with the assignment operator with 34 initialized to the roll number variable, what happened? This empty memory location has been filled by the value called 34. Right. So now in a similar fashion, roll number has been declared. Now I want to initialize these values. So how can I initialize, guys? There are multiple ways to initialize. So first of all, let me go in this way. First, running out of time. We have only 10 minutes of time, guys. Let me finish this example. First of all, so array may be initialized when they are declared just as another way. So first, let me go in this way, guys. So integer, last time we created array roll number. Okay, roll number of size 5, right? Now I declared. How can I initialize one by one? Let me initialize first one by one. So roll number. Now what is the index? I want to initialize at 0th positions. So 0th position, I want to initialize 20 roll number. Are you getting, guys? Are you getting what I mean to say? So this roll number 20. First let me initialize here only. Okay, control C, control V. So control V, control V. Okay guys, so this is index 1, this is index 2, this is index 3, this is index 4. So here I'm initialized with 30, here 40, here is 50, here is 60, right? So if you look at this diagram, so here all the values, so this memory location will be filled by 10, sorry, what is the name, what is the value I mentioned guys? 20, control Z. So if you look at the example, here is 20, this is the value is 20. So roll number of 0. Where is roll number of 0? Roll number of 0, if you look at this node point, roll number of 0 initialized with the 20, right? Yes or no? Yes or no guys? This is array declarations. Okay, array declarations. Now I'm performing individual initializations. So individual initializations, individual initializations. Okay, initializations. There are spelling mistake. Just forget about this. I'm not caring about a spelling mistake because I'm not a typewriter. So roll number of 0 initialized to the 20. Roll number of 1 initialized to the 30. Roll number of 2 initialized to the 40. Roll number of 4 initialized to the 50. Roll number of 5 initialized to the 60 guys. Okay, fine. So let me go for next part. So here is 20. Next term, this is 30. Roll number of 2 initialized with the 30. Roll number of 3 initialized with the 40, and roll number of 4 initialized with the 50. Are you clear guys? How do I initialize individually? Guys? Understood? The same fashion I can do by using in a single line. Declaration cum initializations. It is also called as, now I did declaration separately and initialization separately. I want to do all at once. In a single lines. So I want to use here, take an example, float percentage. So insert FLOAT, float percentage of size 5. So how can I initialize? You need to use opening and closing curly brace guys. So this is called as declaration cum initializations. Initialization. So here I can go for, what are the marks guys? 55%, 60 point. Are you getting guys? It's of type float, so you can mention here F. So 77%, 0.80. You can mention F here, floating point. Okay, either you mention or don't mention, it's not mandatory. So guys, I want to go for 35%, 0.00. Next term, let me go for 60%, 60.00. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, fine. Let me create this float array. Okay guys, there might be space is not available, so Alt F, new, save. Where should I show guys? So let me see on desktop for time being. Desktop, array 1. Fine. So let me use here control V. If you look at this example guys, float of type percentage. Okay, so you can see here I created the size of 5, but I mentioned the only 4 elements. I have mentioned here only 4 elements. So what happens internally? Float type array created, memory is allocated now. So internally 5 size is created, 1, 2, now 3, 4, 5. Okay guys, fine. We are having only 5 minutes of time. Now internally what happens? This percentage, let me use some different names. So this is my if I use the names, so here is my percentage. PER of the index is PR of 0. Here is the index is PR of 1. PER of 1. What is the index now guys? So here is PER of 2. What is the index here? PER of 3, right? Percentage of 3, and here is PER of 4, right guys? So now I have initialized. So what will happen internally? So here first value will be 55.0. 60 will be filled because it's first position, right? Next is 77.80. Next is 30 point, what is the 35.00. Next 60.00. And what is the percentage of 4? What is the percentage of 4, guys? Tell me. There is no value. Did I initialize? Did I initialize? Yes or no? No. So by default, if you don't initialize any value for the float, then it would be 0.0. Keep in mind, integer default value is 0. Float default value is 0.0. Okay, double default value is 0.0. Even if you don't give the values. Even if you don't give the values. Are you getting, guys? Are you getting? Okay, boss. Fine. Now let me create a program. Let me create a program. So I don't want to go for this. I don't want to go for this. So guys, integer roll number whose size is 5, and let me initialize here. Let me go for manually first one by one. Okay, here I declared. So declared. Sorry, declarations. So roll number. Otherwise, let me copy here from here. Better, it's easy. So this is easy for me. Control C, and here Control V. Okay, fine. Control Z. Okay, guys, fine. I want to print. So how do I print here? So roll number of 0. Roll number of 0 is, so what should I do here? %d, double quote, /n, and here comma. What should I do, guys, here? Roll number of 0 contains, Control C here, Control V. Okay, guys, fine. I don't need all this stuff. So remove, Control C, Control V. So here is roll number of 1. Here is roll number of 2. Here is roll number of 3. Here is roll number of 4, right? I'm trying to show the values. I can able to initialize. I can able to access the elements. Roll number of 2, roll number of 3, roll number of 4, right? So let me save the program. Go back. So let me create a folder, dev5. So array1 demo. So here is C, save, Control S, Control F9, compile, Control F10. So you can see here, guys, 20, 30, 40, 50. Let me increase the font. If you try to access the element which is not present into the array, or you can call there is no index of types same. You can see the element, guys. Okay, guys, fine. Now I want to print the array which is not available. So what should I do, guys? So here is array of 5. Array of 5 exists, guys. Tell me, yes or no? Yes or no? No. So I'm trying to access. Control F9. Compile successfully. But at runtime C now. Control F10. Roll number of 5. Is it exist, guys? No. Understood? Okay. Fine. So this is the case. Our meeting will finish. So guys, we shall see one more example. Now let me create one more array of type float. So here's our type %, right? So float. Now let me see here. Where is my of type float? Now here is %, right? Now I want to access the same. So here is %. So here is %. Okay, percentage of 0. And here let me go for percentage of 0, right? Control C, Control V. Oh, Control Z. I need to change to %f, right? Now Control C, Control V, right? So guys, here is 1, here is 2, here is 3, here is 4, right? And here is 1. So /n. Here is 2, here is 3, here is 4. Meeting ends. So guys, let me stop here. Control S, Control F9, Control F10. You can see here. So this is the example. Guys. So percentage of 4 is not available, so that's what it's showing 0.00. You can see in the diagram 0.00. Percentage of 4 does not exist because I haven't initialized. So it's a 0.00. Okay guys, fine.